Prabal, you've dressed, a host of public figures. You've dressed Michelle Obama, which made a lot of news in India as well back then. You've dressed Kate Middleton. Public figures and, the choices they make as to what they wear now is also a statement. How is that helping young designers and the kind of statements you want to put out? And who is one person that you would really, really like to dress?
Just not one. There are millions of women that I'd like
Oh,
to dress.
come on,
of course,
Prabal.
So
Name one, name three, name three.
So like for me, when I started the brand in 2009, deep in recession, they had asked me what kind of women I was dressing. At that time, fashion was divided into two groups. It was, if you cared about, like if you were an intelligent woman, you didn't care about fashion. If you cared about fashion, you were not a smart girl. That was the kind of the world. When I came in there, I wanted to kind of I was surrounded by women who loved creativity, they were leaders in their own fields, they loved to look good, and they were unapologetic about
your mother and Gloria Steinem is what you've said in past interviews.
Yes. And just to kind of the bragging rights for me is the Gloria Steinem one, who's been my biggest hero. I mean, I've been such an fan of hers and admirer of her work, and then she ended up coming to my show, and that was the only show she's ever been to, and so to me that was like a validating thing. But going back to, I kept on saying it is a thinking man's sex symbol. That's what I said, which inherently meant that intelligence and style doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. It's not mutually exclusive, it is. So I wanted to celebrate I always say, as a man, my job and as a designer is to not dictate, but give options to women. Especially in this time right now, we're almost 2020, where the patriarchy is still a force in majority of the world. The things, the culture and the politics that's happening across the globe, I always believe that minorities and women need to be in a position of power on a decision-making table. They need to be more than 50% of it, and so I've always celebrated that. So when I have someone like, our former First Lady Michelle Obama, let's say Kate Middleton, Oprah Winfrey's of the world, when they wear it, what it really does to me is they convey this, the conversation and what I stand for, a celebration and unabashed femininity, because I truly, truly believe there's nothing more unnerving than a woman in a full feminine glory to the patriarchy. That is, to me, is the biggest thing.
I think we should clap to that. This explains why you've been called the most feminist man in fashion and the most woke man in fashion.
It's so funny, but I never set out. I wanted to make pretty clothes. I wanted to sell a dream, and I said, I wanted to create a luxury brand with a soul. And soul to me is an ability to see someone in front of you. Through your work, you validate their existence, their presence, and that they matter. So that to me was really important. And, I never set out to become a feminist or something like that, but it's part of it. I always look at it. I'm in business because of women. I sell them my clothes. They keep me in business. I've been supported by, whether it's Anna Wintour, whether it's in Michelle Obama, I've been supported by them. And when their rights are attacked by the present government there, it is absolutely impossible for me to keep quiet, because I don't think it's fair. I think it's my responsibility to speak up. And going back to what you talked about, fashion, whether it should be part of, it's too activist, and we're living in different times. Because of digital media and everything, we're all open. We're all into each other, in each other's lives, whether it's through Instagram and whatever it is. So it affects us. We can't pick and choose causes any longer. If you care about, if you care about what my clothes, and you care about the causes that I stand for, and I think it is the most exciting time to be alive, to see these youngsters who are challenging our generation older than that, us, the climate crisis. The biggest crisis that's threatening the universe is the climate crisis. It is the youngsters that are challenging the conversation that are being brought forward. I find it to be alive at this particular time, in spite of all the challenges, cultural, social, political. It is the most amazing time. You see that the power no longer just lies with experience and age. Power lies in courage. That's what it is.